What's up guys, it's SRC bringing you another Modern Warfare 3 video, and today I want to talk to you about what I think is the worst gun in Modern Warfare 3, and that is the M16. This gun is awful to play with. I started my 10th Prestige here this week and wanted to work on leveling up some of the weapons, because my goal is to eventually, by the end of November when this game's life cycle is over, hopefully have all of the weapons gold. It's going to take a long time, but I think I'm on a pretty good pace so far. So I decided to just get some of the painful weapons out of the way early on, kind of alternate. And I started off with the M16, and this gun is horrendous. It really compares to the Type 95 because it's a three-shot, or I guess just a burst weapon. And it just pales in comparison. You'll see so many opportunities with this gun where you just know that if you had a different weapon that you would have gotten a kill, and instead you die. And I've posted some really horrendous scores in the last couple of days with the pursuit of getting this gun finished up here. You can see there, kind of bad aim, but I still just get hit marker after hit marker after hit marker, and the guy's still not dead. And if this engagement was any closer, I would be dead already. So you'll see throughout this game, it's pretty awful. So like I said, I posted some pretty awful scores in previous games, and what this gun has done is it really has just taken away my ability or my confidence to rush at all, because it's just so painful and I just lose so many gunfights, especially if you run into multiple people, because it just takes so much time. You'll see with this weapon, if you play it at all, a lot of times it takes 2 or 3 and sometimes 4 bursts to kill somebody. Now sometimes you do get the 1 burst kill, and that's definitely nice, but you certainly can't count on it. And so if you run into a group of enemies where there's 2 or 3 or even sometimes 4, you're just gonna die because you have to sometimes 2 or 3 burst each person down, and you just don't have that much time. If you compared it to like an SMG with rapid fire, you're gonna just be constantly outclassed, because an SMG with rapid fire can down people really quickly, and with this weapon that's just not the case. And so in this game, what our objective is just to win. We're really just playing to win and defend 2 flags, and that's it. And here I fail with the battery down on my controller, which of course is right as I stick my head out the window. I was shocked that I didn't get taken out by somebody down there on the other side of B. But yeah, with this gun, it's just really rough to play. I just don't like it at all. And so you'll see me just kind of sitting back, trying to get some gunfights that are at my advantage, where I can easily get a couple bursts off before they know where I am, and really just to defend the flags. And so, you know, it's kind of boring gameplay, I guess. It's not the greatest gameplay, but it's a positive game nonetheless, so I decided to post it. There's a couple funny moments, a couple questionable things that happen, and so I just decided to use this gameplay. I don't have a ton of gameplay saved up on my hard drive because I wiped my computer completely this last week and deleted about 700 gigs worth of gameplays, and so I'm kind of starting over on that front. But yeah, you'll see here all I'm doing is just trying to make sure we hold A and B, and that's really it. And that's kind of my preference on this map, is to hold A and B, because I think they're just easier to defend. A, I like to defend. You've got this nice half wall here. There's some barriers that you can head glitch, and then it's just a short run to B. And B has so many different ways to defend it, especially this building here next to us is such a strong vantage point. And then there's just a lot of areas in the open that make it pretty easy to defend, because capping B, you're just wide open and exposed. And so A-B combo is my preference here, although I don't think it matters too much, because C can be pretty easy to defend as well. And because of that, I really do like this map. I think that it plays really well for the most part, because there are so many different ways to defend the flags and different ways that you can go to approach things and try and push in. And so here I'm running low on ammo. I pick up, of course, an M4 with the holographic, which is not a great setup either, and then I die instantly. And, you know, that happens, I guess. So now, again, just going back to A to defend that. That's really all my goal is here, is just to hang back and not have a negative game, because had so many awful gameplays. So let me know in the comments below if you guys have played the M16, put any serious time into it. I think I've got about 650 kills with it right now. I'm about halfway through level 30, so about halfway to getting it gold there. And I honestly hate it. I really don't like this gun at all. So let me know in the comments if you've played it, what you think about it, and what you think the worst gun in the game is. And I guess I'm not really talking about the LMGs because they're kind of irrelevant. Nobody really uses them. It's kind of just agreed upon that they're generally not good weapons. And sniper rifles, again, are another one of those kind of specialty weapons that really aren't that great. I mean, I guess, you know, you could probably debate that point, I guess. And here I just get this BS javelin kill. I don't even understand because I wasn't out there on the balcony when he fired, so it's just a random Hail Mary javelin. I just can't stand that. It just drives me nuts. I don't understand why people play that way, but you know, to each his own, I guess. Yeah, so let me know what you think about the guns. You know, some people say the CM901's not good. Some people say the FAD's not great. I just think all the assault rifles outclass this by a mile. And the same with the SMGs. Even the, I don't know if it's the PM9, is that little tiny SMG. Even that gun is way better just because it has such a fast fire rate. This thing, you're just totally disadvantaged in gunfights. You really need to be long range like I am right here. Otherwise, you're just going to be kind of screwed. So, yeah, I guess just let me know if you've played it and what you think about it. But it, to me, is really not good at all. And so now, we've lost one of the objectives. And I'm trying to decide where we're going to go. It looks like most of my team is by C. So I decided to go back to B. And I think this is where I get my BS knife death. Which just drives me nuts, too. Because here, I don't ever knife people. Because I play the tactical layout. But there are so many instances in this game where people will, I'll be shooting them with my gun, you know, I'll have like a scar or something like that, and I'll be shooting them, and they'll just come through and knife me right through the bullets, and it just drives me nuts. I don't know if it's connection based or what it is with that, but there, I'm on the other side of it. Now, that would have been an instance where if I was on the other side of that, I probably would have gotten knifed and felt like I was firing and shooting at the guy. And in this case, he was shooting me and he killed me and I wasn't able to knife him, and you clearly saw my character knife. I don't know what it is, so I just feel like sometimes I just feel like I can't win. But I guess that's just like, you know, every time people complain about Predator missiles always going after them. Well, obviously everyone kind of feels that way, but you know, it's generally not true because they probably get spread amongst an even amount of people. But that's just how I feel about the knifing too. It just feels like, man, I just can never win that. But I'm sure that there's people that feel the same way and are on the other end of it. I guess when things go right for you, you don't really notice it too much. But when they go wrong for you, you certainly do. And so now here we're pushing back to A. Again, it's the flag that I prefer to hold. I think it's relatively easy to take if you're on offense. And it's also, for me, easy to defend. And so there's not a ton of flags that are like that. Here's another example of a gunfight that I should have won with another gun. I mean, he knew the general area where I was. He obviously shot me in the back and probably expected me to be waiting for him. But there were a lot of places I could be. I could have kept running. I could have been behind the truck. It wasn't necessarily going to be laying right there on the ground. Whereas I knew exactly where he was coming from. I knew exactly where he was going to be. I hit him first. And I just feel like with a SCAR, an ACR, an SMG, anything like that, I would have won that gunfight. But with the M16, you just get that one burst hit marker and then just hope and pray that the other person's terrible. And in that case, he wasn't. So, you know, that happens. And here's just the start of an awesome streak down the game. Get a beautiful double nade right through the doorway. Take those guys out. Move up here. Kind of figure that because they have A, they should be spawning right behind me. And you can see them pop up on the radar. And that's typical spawn points for ADOM is back in this area behind here. And so I just kind of am working this spawn point. You know, get a couple bursts. This guy's kind of playing hide and seek. And then I'm going to come out the other door, and you'll see, I don't know what these guys are doing. They must have just spawned there because I get one, and then there's another one right there too. So they must have just literally popped up there, and I got them right away. Just another example of Infinity Ward's amazing spawn system. So I quickly call in the Predator, expecting them to be rushing this building, and call in my chopper. And I can see on the map here, I call in the UAV and see the guy coming in the building. This guy, terrible. Get the one burst hit, and he's not even turning around. And now I see this joker shooting with akimbo pistols at my helicopter, which doesn't seem really that effective. And then I saw a couple more people, saw them spawning there. I knew that at this point they know where I am, so I just bailed out the window just to end the game. So 22-7 is the final score. hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Again, don't forget to leave me a comment below letting me know what you think is the worst gun in the game, and if you agree with me that the M16 is terrible. I appreciate you guys watching. I will see you guys in the game.